G'day folks, it's the Maple Monkey here again with another Marvel United X-Men gameplay video for you. This time I thought I'd go with something a little bit potentially easier, or at least less complex than the last video. So I'm just concentrating on some real classic characters and classic bad guys from some of the different sets. So what I'm highlighting today is 3 of the heroes from the X-Men Blue team. So I have here Gambit, his model there. He's sort of throwing his cards out there. And I have, let's see, we've got Psylocke here as well, with her katana and sort of side dagger there, coming out there. And we've got Rogue. I thought she'd be a cool character to try out, especially alongside Gambit, because I know they sort of had a bit of a connection in the comics, or I believe they did anyway. So yeah, I thought she'd be a cool one to try out. And all 3 of those characters, they come in the the X-Men Blue team pack. So I'm not featuring any of the gold team stuff. I'm not, just to be clear, I'm not showing off a team versus team mode or anything here. We're going to do another Xavier mode, solo mode playthrough, but I thought I'd show off some of these more classic characters. On that Xavier mode, I know some people have mentioned in the comments that you know, they prefer to play, when they play solo, they play this game sort of multi-handed, and to be honest, I must admit I quite enjoy playing that way too. But I feel for these playthroughs and just for myself, sort of just getting my head around different characters and things like that, as much as I probably make mistakes using this Xavier mode and some of the ambiguities of it, I just find this a little bit easier to sort of be able to play through the different characters. I also like being able to sort of field the 3 characters. I know I suppose I could play multi-handed with 3 characters, but that I think that's for me getting a bit much. So I like that, you know, rather than just say fielding 2. And I also like, and I know, I guess there's that sort of, you can sort of plan your strategy around, in the, you know, if you're playing multi-handed, you can do, you know that, okay, this hero is going to get a turn, and then I know that I'm going to need to wait, you know, to the next hero and then the next hero, and you can sort of plan that out. Whereas with this, depending on the draw of your cards, you could end up with a whole bunch of Gambit cards early on, and then not see him much later on, and that sort of thing. So, and I like the having to deal with that, and I like the way that plays out sometimes. It just sort of adds a little bit more chaos to the mix. So yes, that's why we're going to play with the Xavier mode again. And we also have, so I mentioned we're playing against some pretty classic bad guys as well, and ever since seeing the campaign page and the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants being sort of listed there, I thought, oh yeah, they'll be a lot of fun to try. So that's who we're taking on today. So we're taking on a trio of villains today. So we have Blob here. He's pretty cool. Nothing hurts the Blob. All right. Nothing stops the Blob, I think was that line in the old arcade game. We've got Pyro with his cool sort of flame effect there. All right, and who's the last guy? Toad. Yeah, he's got a pretty cool model as well. So, oops, see if I can get him in frame there. And his big long tongue, and I don't know if you can make that out. Xavier School. Okay, so, and that's kind of cool. He's on the ruins of the front sign for Xavier's school, and you can see here we're at the Higher Institute for Higher Learning. That's where we've decided to start our heroes there. So okay, so what else do you guys need to know about this mission? So I guess I'll just take you through the location. So I think we've seen most of these locations in previous videos. So we've got the hangar bay, the X-Jet, and the Institute for Higher Learning, which I think are all on the base Marvel United X-Men box, as is, I think, Genosha. We've seen the Adirondack Mountains, I think in one of my earlier playthroughs, maybe the X-Force one, or maybe the X-Factor one, I think it was. and Limbo. I don't think we've used Limbo yet, so this we'll keep an eye out for that if and when that location gets revealed. So that's going to be the starting location for the bad guys. Now, in terms of their threats, they've actually got no henchmen, but they themselves are sort of like a bit of a triple threat, and each of the different villains gets their own set of threat cards here. So we've got this one here, interesting, we've got two, the way that they've come out, they're sort of gone up opposite here with the flammable ones, but then we've got two toad ones and two blob ones. So Blob's one is called Solid Ground. If Bob is in, if Blob is in this location, Blob can't take any damage. Okay, so if Blob ends up standing here, we're in trouble. We're going to have to hope he moves out of here, and it's a bit dangerous. There's two locations, so even if he stands here, and then he's probably not going to move very much, I'm guessing. So, yeah, okay, that's going to be interesting. But anyway, Blob can't take any damage if he's here, and then heroes using movement to leave this location must use 2 movement instead. So if we don't want that affecting us, we're going to have to spend some heroic actions to clear this threat here. So we don't want Blob being invulnerable, so that could be a thing that we should aim for. Flammable materials. So this is Pyro's 2 locations, so he gets stronger if he's here. Crisis tokens in this location require 2 heroic actions rather than 1 to be removed. So that's interesting. So not only is that going to make that harder to actually clear this threat itself, but even though this doesn't look like it improves Pyro that much, his effect is, as you'll see later, he sort of adds, oh no, that's crisis token. Sorry, I was looking at these. Sorry, so that doesn't make this threat any harder to clear. This still only requires 1 heroic to sort of place each of these locations here. But what he does is he places these crisis tokens. I always get mixed up with the different terms. So this crisis token here, that's a crisis token. So hopefully I won't forget about this during the game. But crisis tokens in and of themselves don't really do much. But what Pyro does is he actually places those directly onto the slots where the civilians and the thugs go. So he makes it more likely that place is going to overflow with thugs and civilians. But also in locations, if he spreads fire in his particular locations, then they're going to be harder to clear, and they're going to require heroics to remove. And as you can see in these locations, that'll require 2 heroics. Okay, so we want to sort of get rid of those threats as well, as we also want to get rid of rescuing civilians and defeating the thugs too. And the final location over here is Leaping Foothold for Toad. As long as this threat is in play, if Toad is about to receive damage, move him to the next clockwise location with a Leaping Foothold and negate all... Whoa. Hold on a second. So as long as this threat is in play, if Toad is about to receive damage, so even if he's not here, he instantly jumps here and negates all damage. Okay. So if I'm reading this right, I think we have to clear these 2 threats, otherwise we can't win, because we can't take out Toad. As long as this threat is in play, if Toad is about to receive damage, move him to the next clockwise location with the Leaping Foothold and negate all damage. Yeah, okay. So these ones are nasty and we definitely want to prioritize removing them, but these are an absolute must. If we can't get rid of these, then I don't see how we win. As far as I'm reading that, he's invulnerable until you get rid of these. Whereas at least Blob, you know, if he's standing somewhere else, you can get rid of him. Okay, well, that's interesting. Well, let's have a look now at our actual setup as well. I'll explain why some of the stuff was, some of the reasons some of this is set up the way it is. So let's have a look here. So here's the dashboard, or the reverse of it, with the special setup rules. So the villains start in these locations. So Blob starts in the villain starting location. Now I could have chosen any of these to be the villain starting location, I guess, but I like, when playing with this map's quite good for solo play because everything sort of is oriented in the one direction towards you. So I just like to always have that one as the bad guy location. So Blob starts in the villain starting location. And then Pyro is 2 spaces away going counterclockwise, so that's why Pyro's over here. And Toad, he's over here in the 2 spaces away going clockwise. So he's over here. So we're sort of lucky in that they haven't sort of at least started in their, their primary locations, but I don't know if that's going to mean much in the scheme of things. So, and then you can see there, they've got some little additional things that the heroes get if you're playing the supervillain mode. All right, so let's have a look at the dashboard on the other side. So you can see here 3 separate villains. They've all got their own little health track here. So I believe Toad and Pyro, when we're playing with 3, both have 3 health. And Blob's going to have 4 health there, so we'll set those up when we pop them down. They each had their own BAM effect, so whenever Toad BAMs, he moves 1 hero from an adjacent location, so I guess he grabs them with the tongue and then brings them to his location, then deals 1 damage to 1 hero in this location. So he's gathering the heroes in and then hitting one of them. Then Blob. Blob deals 1 damage to each hero in his location, so he just hits what, he doesn't have much of a range, but if you're ganging up on him, he hits everyone, so that's something to bear in mind. And then Pyro fills the rightmost empty slot with in both locations. So here we go, this is his fire effect. Pyro fills the rightmost empty slot in both locations adjacent to him with a crisis token. So he's going to spread fire into the spots adjacent to him and fill up these tracks here and sort of race the end game by overflowing the bad guys or overflowing those slots there. So he puts them with crisis tokens if possible. Okay. Then let's have a look at, let's quickly have a look at this overflow. So if 1 or more civilian or thug token can't be added to a location, draw a master plan card from their master plan deck there and add it face down to the storyline. And we're going to see that sort of repeated in some of the effects here. So essentially, they're all about sort of racing their master plan deck to the end. Because a lot of their things make you put an extra master plan down, but face down, so you're just sort of racing through their deck. Only activate, okay, so here we go. So only activate the BAM of the villains listed on the master plan card. So if we have a look at some of these cards, let's pop this here, you can see that they have various, some of them have all of the villains there, some of them have just a couple of them and various combinations of them. Just something to bear in mind too, just with the layout of this card. This looks, it sort of almost looks like you would read this as, this character moves that far, this character moves that far, this character moves that far, and then because this BAM is on the line in between these two, that would mean that these 2 characters BAM, but that's not what that means. This is just a sort of an unfortunate design, just a, part of the design of the card. This line has no bearing on the rules at all. So essentially, this BAM is telling you that all of the characters on the on the card are BAMing. And again, I don't know why it's positioned, even if that line wasn't there, it still looks like these are the 2 characters BAMing. I don't know how they could have done, maybe put the BAM alongside Blob, but then I guess it looks like Blob is BAMing. Or I don't know how they could have done this to make, or maybe even just gone BAM, BAM, BAM. But the idea is if there's a BAM on the card, every character on the card BAMs. So I don't know if I've made that clear or not, but yeah, so the position of the BAM is insignificant. If there's a BAM on the card, all the characters on the card BAM. So there you go. So in this case, these two characters BAM, but in this case, all 3 of the characters BAM. Okay. So we'll shuffle that again. Pop these into their master plan deck. Okay, so let's go through this again. Sorry, I got derailed there a little bit, didn't I? Quality videos. Only activate the BAM of the villains listed on the master plan card. So if they're listed on there, if all 3 of them are on there, they're doing it. If there's only a couple of them, only they do it. Resolve them in reading order. Okay, so you go down the page. Blob can only be damaged by heroes in his location. So in addition to this rule about he can't be damaged if he's on this location, he also can't be damaged unless you're actually on his location itself. So ranged characters like Gambit might have a little bit of trouble with that. Okay, so that's his special rule there. Heroes ending their turn on a location with one or more crisis tokens, that's what Pyro's putting down, take 1 damage. So that's how he's going to damage us. He doesn't sort of necessarily damage us in and of himself, but his crisis tokens will. Heroes can use the heroics to remove 1 crisis token from their location, and remembering that if they're in those special flammable material locations, that's going to take 2 of those heroic actions instead. Then when a hero is KO'd, the villains don't activate their BAM. Instead, draw a master plan and add it face down in the storyline. So again, they're just racing that timeline, that storyline. And just another heads up, if you've been sort of following these videos that I've done before, I'm generally playing with the rule, I'm allowing myself 1 extra KO. So normally within the Xavier mode, if you get KO'd at all, that's game over. I'm allowing myself at 1 KO before being taken out. So let's set the villain's health piles. So we've got 4 for Blob and 3 for each of the other 2, Toad and Pyro. Like I mentioned before, I have the 3 heroes Gambit, and I've actually got a hand here which is handy, featuring all 3 of them, so I can show you some of their cards each. So who have we got here? We've got so Gambit, so pretty standard card there. I'll just have a look at some of the other standard ones. So Rogue, I've only got 1 card of Rogue in hand, that's a wild, and then another pretty standard Gambit card there. But the ones you probably want to have a look at here, probably more interesting, are Psylocke. I think these are both the same. So Psylocke has attach a stunned token to a villain or a henchman in your location. Next villain turn, their BAM is cancelled and the token is discarded. So essentially we place, and I believe the stun token is this one here, and you can see it's got a BAM crossed out there, so that essentially means stunned. Okay, so it cancels, and that's what stunned essentially does, is it cancels the next BAM. Okay, so that's what she's going to do. So she's going to Psionic Blast them and sort of muddle their minds a little bit. And you can see it's got a little punch at the bottom of those, so they're both exactly the same card. So we'll try and use that, I guess, to good effect and see how we go. So we're starting here in this location. I've got 5 cards in hand. We're playing with normal mission sort of parameters here, so no extra special missions or anything like that. Should be a fairly standard battle. And as a standard battle, we're going to start with the villains having their turn. So I was looking forward to using some of these cards. I just hope I don't get hurt too much here and have to lose some of those in damage. So we'll see how we go. All right, so I don't know why I picked that card up, picked that deck up as if I was going to play through them. I'm used to, I think in that last battle I had all those sort of anti-heroes or sort of villain-esque characters that I was using, so I think I'm used to using them at the moment. All right, let's see how we go. First card from this trio of baddies, so all 3 of them. Okay, so let's see. Toad is going to stay where he is. Blob is going to move onto an invulnerable position. And then Pyro is actually going to move 1, 2. All right, then they're going to BAM, so in reading order as well. So, Toad, this is not good because he's going to damage me here. Toad moves 1 hero from an adjacent location to his location, then deals 1 damage to 1 hero. So he's going to bring someone in and do 1 damage, which is not great. What have I got here? Let's put the card down where it should go. All right. I don't want to lose my good Psylocke cards. I've got a couple of good Gambit ones. I guess Rogues is versatile, but it's just a one-off. So, oh, I've got to choose which character gets drawn in there too, don't I? Well, let's, shall we draw Psylocke in? Since if we're going to lose Rogue's card, she's going to sort of lose a little bit of an ability to, I mean, not necessarily, we can use other people's cards, but I'm just a bit worried about her not being able to move away. So we'll lose Rogue's card. So we've done the movement. Toad's done his ban, which is draw a character in, and then deal damage to one character in his location, which is going to be Psylocke. We lose one card. Then Blob, is it Blob next? Yeah, Blob is going to go next, and he is just going to bam. He's just going to deal damage to people in this location, which there is no one there at the moment. Okay. Then Pyro is going to place some of these crisis tokens down, which is going to make these wrong spot. And these areas a little bit dangerous. Now that's interesting, he's not adding, none of them are adding, interesting, none of them are adding thugs or civilians, which is good, but it also is going to get to a point where we're not going to have enough thugs and civilians to fill up these cards. So I wonder if some of these cards are going to drop some civilians at least, or some thugs. We'll see how we go. All right. So I took some damage straight away. I guess that could have been worse. That could have been a lot worse, I guess. So not too bad. So we've been damaged. Yep, okay. And that's about it, okay. All right, so they've done their movement, they've done their ban, they've all banned, and now the heroes are gonna have their turn. So I'm gonna draw a Gambit card. So you can see there, that's just I guess we're sort of replacing Rogue's Wild with Gambits. So, all right. Oh, this is going to be, see, Psylocke is that's such a good ability, but this is a bit of a risky, this one here, because if we pick the wrong, so we've got to, we play the card, we stun one of the villains, but if they don't come up on their villain card, then we've essentially wasted that token. So she's not, this is like the one set of baddies that she's not as effective in. Any other mission where you're sort of only taking on the one villain, that's a lot more effective. Okay, well I guess we'll just have to get lucky. I'm eager to get some movement happening with Gambit. We do have to start taking care of these leaping footholds, I think. So let's do so. All right, let's put Gambit to work here. I'd really like to get rid of all these other places, but these leaping footholds are going to be key, I think, as well. So let's move. So we're going to use a movement there. And we're going to place a heroic action on this leaping foothold, this first one. Then we are going to play a second card. We could play, let's do it. Let's play, let's do this. Okay. We're going to play one heroic, and we'll play this for another heroic. So we will plonk that there. We'll clear this, and hopefully this gives us some good options as well. This lets us move anywhere we want, so that's not too bad. So we've cleared that threat. I'll just pop this over here. Pop them back in there. So we've done our 2 heroic actions. Now we do have a movement, so if we stay where we are, we can go wherever we want. We could move into this location to start getting ready to, oh, hold on a second. I never drew my card here, so we've got Psylocke, so I should have drawn that card. I did this in the last game. I think I kept forgetting to draw cards. So apologies, guys. That's just a fairly regular Psylocke card there. That's in frame. Um, so we could move here, but I'm just concerned that if we end our turn here, your heroes ending their turn in a location with crisis tokens take a damage. So I think we would be better off either staying here ready to move in next turn. Who can move? I guess Gambit can move. But do we have any heroics? I guess we've got the one heroic we could use to clear that threat. Interesting. Which is just kind of like hosing out that fire, but not really doing much else in that location. Alright, but I think that's what we might do. Should we go with Gambit again? Because no one else can really get there. We don't have a rogue, although I'm going to be drawing a card, aren't I? I'm going to be drawing a card, so we do have rogue. Okay, so rogue can move. And so we could move... Interesting. We could move rogue twice. We've got this movement plus a heroic, so that's going to give us the heroic. We need to remove that, and then if we used Gambit's Wild as a movement, rogue could go here and then remove that threat. But I think I might hold on to rogue's card, and we might go with Gambit, and then he could do a little bit of punching to get rid of that thug there too, just to drain that area. Or do we want to... Who's coming up next? Let's do it. Alright, let's just do... Yeah, there's a lot of Gambit straight out the gate. Alright, let's do it. Gambit's working overtime here. Okay, so... Gambit's going to... He's got one movement. He's going to punch out this thug. He's going to... With the punch here, he's done his movement, so he's going to spend his last wild as a heroic to remove that threat, so he's not going to take any damage. Where am I keeping these? I'm putting them over there. Okay. So now I want to try and get rid of that leaping foothold, but we'll see what the bad guys have. Oh no, I never used... I was going to use Psylocke to try and block one of these guys' attacks, wasn't I? Oh, is it worth... But we don't want Pyro lighting that place up with two things, so I think we're going to hold on Psylocke's ability. Oh gosh, alright, let's see what happens. Blob and Pyro. Okay, so Blob's going to move... So Blob's going to move one. Pyro's going to move one. Blob is going to hit... Oh, hold on. Spreading... No, we do the bam first, then we do that. So, interesting. Okay. So, Blob has moved, Pyro's moved. Blob is going to damage us for one, which is a shame. I almost think I want to get rid of Psylocke at the moment, even because I've got at least one other of hers, and these cards potentially could whiff. So I think I'm going to do that. So Blob's done his damage. Pyro's now going to put crisis tokens in. Oh, no, not there, sorry. He goes to put... Oh, hold on, let's have a look. So he's not going to put... So as far as I read this, where does it say here? Pyro fills the rightmost empty slot in both locations adjacent to him with crisis tokens if possible. So you can't place one in here, and it's the overflow is only if one or more civilians or thug tokens can't be added to a location. draw a master plan card and add it to the storyline. So in this particular case, this is not going to trigger an overflow, and we don't put an extra flame token down. He is going to put a flame token or a crisis token down there. So he's moved in, done his action there. Then Spreading Terror, hope you can see that, is going to add 1 civilian token to every, so we're talking about, you know, we're going to have civilians. 1 civilian token to every location without a villain. We would go to place 1 here, so that is going to trigger an overflow. This just puts a villain card in the, oops, sorry, this villain card's actually supposed to be here, and this one is going to go face down here, so just sort of ratcheting up the storyline there. So that's not great, getting hit. I guess, again, it could have been, I guess, a lot worse. Let's just concentrate on getting rid of some of these threats and some of these... Oh, now, hold on a second. I punched one of these guys, didn't I? So, my mistake. I should have 1 thug on the defeated track here too, so I don't want to rip myself off there. This is... I just double check I haven't put the plan B. No, good. Okay. Sometimes I'm worried. I think the plan B has like 12 slots or something like that. Sometimes I just worry that I've put the wrong one down. Okay, so there we go. So I've got to draw a card. Okay, it looks like the Psylocke show at the moment. Who is able to get over here and do some helping? Can we get Rogue over there, and then maybe that will give Psylocke the movement she needs to get over there as well. Let's pop Rogue down. So Rogue is going to, what's she got available to her? She's got a movement, she's got 2 movement, a star, and a punch. So she's gonna, may as well punch this guy out on the way, adding it to our thug track, and then she's gonna fly over here to Gambit, and then she's going to place a heroic down here. So we need to be able to get rid of these so we can at least think about defeating Toad. And also get on the way to clearing these threats too. So that's 1. Now it's all Psylocke. Okay, but we've got Gambit. Oh, interesting. Interesting. So Psylocke doesn't actually have enough movement to get across to that location. Wow, I'm going to be spending a lot of my movement early on here just to get to that spot, aren't I, if I do that? But we do have to clear that spot. I think I need to move... Ooh. Hold on a second. Let me rewind here. Let me think here. What's happening? If I do Rogue first, let's see. Heroes ending their turn in a location with 1 or more crisis tokens. So, usually it refers to you... Okay. How do I read this? Okay, I think I'm going to play this. Apologies if I'm cheating here, but generally, you know, the word you refers to that. Is that a pronoun? I think so. That sort of, is it second person pronoun? Second person pronoun, you usually only refers to the specific hero that it's talking about, except when it comes to a hand of cards, your hand of cards and action tokens. So in that case, it's referring to specific heroes. So I believe because Rogue had her turn, we're only worried about where Rogue ends her turn, not Psylocke. So I'm just worried that I should have been in that last turn because Psylocke ended here and she's now in a location with a crisis token that she's going to get hit every time I have a turn with anybody while she's standing there, but I don't think that's how that works. I think that only Psylocke has her turn. She's got to make sure that she moves out of there, which is what I'm going to plan on doing. I don't know if this is going to get her anywhere near where she needs to go, but I do just want to get her out of there. And then at least it will give us the extra star we need to do something with maybe Gambit next turn. So Psylocke is going to get the hell out of dodge. So she's going to have the next turn. She's going to move twice. So she can move... Oh, interesting. She can move here. I can start working on getting rid of these flammable materials too, which might be handy considering Pyro's coming this way. And just getting rid of these is handy. So I think that's what I'll do. I'll move her using that card there. I'm going to hit two heroic tokens down on that spot there. 1, 2. So we've done 2. That's going to get ready to get rid of that soon, hopefully. Then, see, she could get pulled back by Toad too in his next turn. So what I'm going to do is that second movement, I'm going to move here. So 1, 2. All right, that's the plan. Stan. All right, now I think I should be drawing another one. Okay, yes, okay, so that's what we've done. I hope I haven't put my head right in front of the camera shot for the entire game so far, guys. Apologies if I have. And I just ended up with not the greatest card in the world for Rogue, but in this situation we are looking for lots of stars and things like that, so it's potentially all right. Even if it's just handy for like putting out a fire or something. So that's the end of Psylocke's turn. I've got one more turn before the bad guys act, and I think I want to use Gambit just to get rid of Toad's footholds. Yeah, let's do it. So we're going to use Gambit. So pop him down. He is going to use the previous two, or the heroic token on his card and the heroic action on his card, the heroic token on Psylocke's card here to remove this leaping foothold. And I've got 2 more movement I can use. Depending on what's at the end here, it might be handy though, just in terms of being able to achieve some other goals too. So do I want to stay where I am? Let's have a look. You may rescue 1 civilian. Oh, may as well. So maybe I'll just end my turn there. Do I need to move? I mean, there's nothing else to do here. Am I going for civilians? I don't know. I guess it's helping block the overflow. I'm just wondering, do I go? I mean, I don't want to end here, do I? And I could use my 2 movement to get to this point here, but then Toad could suck me in as well. I might stay where I am and just work on that, and then hopefully we've got a bit of movement to get ourselves out of here, get it out of this jam later. We'll see how we go. At some point I've got to use Psylocke, don't I? Okay, well now we can start doing some damage to Toad as soon as we clear one of these, as soon as we clear 2 of these missions. So let's get onto that. So, bad guys. Let's see what they do. They're not under pressure yet, so it's only Toad and only Blob. So Blob is going to move, so he's moving himself to a more vulnerable position. And then Toad, oh no, hold on a second. Toad's going to move twice. Toad's going to move once, twice, and then he's going to pull someone in. So he's either going to pull Gambit or he's going to pull Rogue in. What do we got? It's called Rogue, I guess. And then I'm going to take another damage to each hero. Oh no. Oh no, that's alright. So, smart for a Toad. So, we've done the movement. So, Blob moved in, Toad moved in twice. Toad technically does his BAM first, so he pulls Rogue in, then he's going to do some damage. I'm going to lose... as much... As much as I like these heroics, I don't want to lose a double, and I want to be able to use this, so I'm going to get rid of Rogue's card there. Then, so we've done the BAMs, and then Smart for a Toad. Each hero in Toad's location must discard an action token. I don't have any action tokens. Doesn't say that there's any knock-on effect from not being able to do that, so I think we're okay with that. All right. So I think the trick here, if these guys are racing this track too, I probably should be careful about clearing the threats, ooh, which I have done there, or defeating the thugs too quickly. I want to sort of maybe almost be able to do that in one turn or whatever, so that I don't have too many turns of the bad guys being under pressure, because that's going to really race the deck through again as well. So they've done that. Interesting. I think that's everything that they do. I'm going to draw a card. Now, luckily, I've got a heroic there and a movement. So whoever I decide to move, if I want to decide to move Psylocke, who I do want to move her. I can use her to get rid of that, but I need to be able to start. I need to rescue civilians or something. I need to do a lot of rescuing of civilians. Punching some guys or doing something. See, Gambit can do a lot of punching, but there's no one to punch. So it's going to have to be the rescue squad, I think. This is what we're going to do. Okay. So Psylocke, and for those of you who just missed that card that I drew, which is everyone, because I don't think I showed it to anyone, that's 2 punches. So, so I think Psylocke is going to go next. She's going to use this to sort of get us going here. So Psylocke is going to move to this location with Gambit's movement there. She's going to use his heroic there to clear this threat here. And then we don't have to worry about that anymore. And now I can draw 3 cards until I have 3 cards in hand. Sorry, draw cards until I have 3 cards in hand, so that's okay. Do I want to end there? I don't mind ending there, actually, because I don't have to end there like, the bad guys aren't going to ban me yet. Interesting. Okay, so because I've done my movement and I've done my heroic, so I've got 2 of anything I want to do here. So what I was thinking of doing is just using them both as heroics to just race through this here. Or do I want to go over here and put out the fire and then punch a thug or something? There's not many thugs down though, and there's a lot more civilians that I can take care of. So I think I want to go the civilian route. I do have to be able to take out one more threat though, don't I? So I want to be careful not to miss out on those, but I better just... Interesting. Do I want to, instead of rescuing these 2, do I want to move and remove that and then be able to start working on... No, I've got to get these civilians down. Okay. Yeah, let's get rid of 2 of those, pop that there. Okay. Now I'm ending my turn, so I get to draw a card until I have 3 cards in hand. Now I get to draw my card for the next turn. Okay. So who are we going to use now? I don't have a lot of movement. I do have this here, so do I want to move her out of this spot? And potentially come over here and avoid and clear some of this. Yeah, let's do that. So Psylocke. All right, Psylocke is going to move. Is that what I want to do? Okay, so she's going to move. with one of these randoms. She's going to use this one as well to remove the crisis token. And then she is going to punch. So she's going to punch this thug. So we're getting there on these. Really would have liked to put some stuff down here though. Then she is going to attach a stunned. Do I stun Blob or do I stun Toad? I don't like Toad being able to get me from a distance, so I'm going to stun Toad. We've had him come out quite a bit, but we'll just see. So Toad, we're going to stun you, bud. Alright. How am I going to remember that he's stunned? I'll just, I know what I'll do. I'll put it on top of the bam. There we go. Aha! Attach a stun token to a villain. Yep, that's what we'll do. We'll put it on top of Toad there. Okay. Now, for my final act this round before the bad guys go again. Interesting. So I don't have a lot of movement. I was going to try and get Rogue out of that spot. But I don't have to worry about Rogue anymore because he's not going to bam. So I have to worry about moving. So I can do a double punch or Psylocke and Psylocke do. That punch is not going to do much. Gambit's, he's kind of stuck there, not doing much. Punching twice, not doing anything. So it's up to Rogue, I think. Oh, she can't do much either. Use the special effect of any other... I haven't played any other ones apart from that. Attach a stun token to a villain. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I could power absorption. Use the action symbols. Oh, at the bottom. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, these are different. Oh, sorry guys, I wasn't showing these. All right, don't even know if I showed the first one I got. So this one here, I don't know if you can read that. Okay. That one says, use the action symbols at the bottom of another hero's face-up card in the storyline. At the end of your turn, turn that card face down. This one, same name on the card, I think. Oh no, it's a... Okay, I can't even read. Okay, absorption's on both, and this one says ability. So ability absorption, use the special effect. Okay, so I could block 2 of the 3 heroes, making myself a lot more likely to block their abilities. But what I'm actually thinking is what I really need is I need the power, I need the action symbols. So I could play Rogue here to get, say, 2 of the... what could I do there? Just thinking I could use her to say move over here and then remove to, you know, like do, because it's got a heroic there, then I could say copy Psylocke's here, turn that face down, I think it says, and then, oh yeah, this is what we'll do. We'll use the heroic, so we'll use one of those for movement. We'll then use the other one for, the other one for rescuing, and then this one for rescuing as well, so that's 2. And then if I end my turn on this location, I can then rescue another one there. So that's my plan there. Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna need to get someone doing something here though, aren't I? Alright. Right. And I at least have that, so maybe Psylocke can do that next turn or something. Alright, we'll see what happens. Alright, bad guys. We want to see Toad on here. Well, we do see Toad, but we see the others too. Move Toad and Pyro to Blob's location. Oh. Move Toad and Pyro to Blob's location. So they've all gone to the Institute there. Then they're gonna bam. So Toad doesn't bam. Then Blob would punch everyone there, but there's no one there. And then Pyro's gonna put crisis tokens down here. Okay. Then the Brotherhood of Mutants. Oh, they're adding some more thugs. That's good. One in the location opposite to the villains. Oh. So they're gonna go here, which they can't do. So then they just speed up the track there. Okay. Interesting. Then we remove Toad's stun token there too. All right, my turn. All right, let's put these guys under pressure. We're getting close with the civilian, so I want to be able to do that. We've got another power absorption. We do have another power absorption here with Rogue. But that might be for later. Let's Okay, let's think about this. So I'm gonna get 3 turns unless if I do I don't want to clear this until my 3rd turn. I want to do that on the same turn I do that. So let's set it up so that Psylocke can do... Psylocke wants to do... I need to be able to have 3 of those there. So let's go... maybe she can do a punch and a star. Where is she? Rogue. Use the action symbols at the bottom. So she's going to... So she needs to be able to get somewhere she can punch. Then she needs to do some star work. So she's going to get this star. She's going to get this punch. I just need to copy something that's got movement and then maybe another star. Okay, so let's come over here. Let's copy, let's say this one. Movement and a star. So she's going to do a punch. So that removes this thug here. Okay. Then she's going to use the star and the other star on that card to clear the... Ooh, no, this one needs 2 to clear, doesn't it? It is what it is, I think. It is what it is. Okay. Interesting. I need to put someone down with this star. So Psylocke. Would I have been better off? What's the point of punching there? Would I have been better off? Let's have a think about this. Let's put that, where'd that threat go? Threat, and we had a thug. So really what I want to work on is these guys, don't I? So I've got 1 star, so I could just put a star on that location to rescue the civilian. Then I could, that's going to be that star there. I got a double wild or anything like that? No. But I can rescue that guy with my wild. And then do I just... Oh, interesting. Because I sort of want to get over here. So then do I use the movement at least to end here? Oh, end of turn. You may move to any other location. When does that trigger? Okay. Here is ending their turn in a location with one or more crisis tokens take a damage. But then this says end of turn I may move to another location. So do I take the damage beforehand? Let's have a look. Again, I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here. Do I take the damage or do I not? Here is ending their turn in a location, but I'm not ending the turn because I can choose to use the end of turn location. So I feel like the end of the turn is at the very end. So again, you guys can debate this, can decide whether I'm doing some gross cheating here. But I'm going to say that the premium service here of the XJet gets us out of trouble, and I think I'm going to go over here where I can help out getting rid of that. What have I got card wise? I've got these. Yeah, okay. That's what we'll do. We'll end in the mountains. Because we don't want to end here, because then we're just going to end up with the same effect. Alright. So. When did I draw that card? Did I just draw that card now? I don't think I did. Alright, so that was my first turn. Ah, man, I've got to punch. These punches are going to be handy once we finally clear these things, but we've got to do a little bit more rescuing, don't we? And we don't have a lot of rescue power here. Sweet. Wow, we're a bit stuck. We've got this one where we can copy the effect, which we... Oh, hold my horses here. Use the special effect of another hero's face-up card in the storyline. At the end of your turn, turn that card face down. Oh, this is another hero. I was going to say, can I copy Rogue's ability? But it does say another hero. So I'm going to say thematically she wouldn't be able to absorb her own power. Ah. Okay. What am I going to do here? I needed to be able to do this. That's not going to happen. Ooh. Unless I've got a third thing here. Oh, maybe a movement. Because what I could do is I could play that. Oh, I'm going to take a damage, but maybe it's worth it. Attach a stunned. 2 punches going nowhere. Do I do this? I guess I don't know why I was so fixated on that. Maybe I move out of this location just use this to move. And then I work on this one. That can be a star. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. So I've got to do one more card. I was hoping to sort of clear this in this round. These cards are not great. So she's moved over there. Oh, if Blob is in this location, Blob can't take any damage, and Hero's moving, using movement to lose it. So he's not there though. All right, so I'm going to draw a card. This is my last round. More punches. Okay, let's rescue. Let's put a rescue token on here. Oh, I've got to choose a card to put down though, don't I? So it's either it has to be Psylocke or it has to be Rogue. Let's go Rogue just to give myself a bit more. 1, 2, 3 Rogue cards. 1, 2, about 3, 4 Psylocke cards. So I'll go Rogue. Give myself some more options there. Now I can move. I don't really want to move, so I'm just going to use this star to place that down. These feel like suboptimal turns, but I can't use any of these punches at the moment, because if I step onto them, I'm going to be losing cards. Maybe I should just lose cards. Maybe I've got that. Anyway, see what the bad guys do. Oh, they're getting low on their cards too. Okay. Brotherhood in action. Toad. Where is he? 1, 2. And then Blob moves 1. And then Toad tries to draw someone and he can't do that, but then he's going to do a damage to not Cyclops, to Gambit. So Gambit takes a hit, which means we have to lose a card. I have some movement, don't I? Do we lose that? Okay. Then Blob is going to punch, but no one's there. Then they add, each of the 3 villains adds a thing. So he's going to put 1 in here. He's going to put 1 in here. There's a thug. He's going to put 1 in here. Okay, and Pyro doesn't activate. Okay. Right. Oh, these punches. This is killing me. All right. So I've got a movement, a punch. Oh, man, I'm just going to have to start using these punches to clear this threat, aren't I? All right, so, well, let's use, while we've got the movement, what's an, oh, no, she can't even, oh, well. She's going to use 1 movement. She's got 2 movements. She's going to use 1 movement to do a punch and another movement to get over here and do another punch. So that's going to bring us closer here. Then we draw another card. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm running out of guys to punch. Then Rogue. Oh, Rogue can't punch anyone either. I suppose I could Rogue. Oh my god. There's no one to punch. Oh no. It's like, what is even the point of this? This is so bad. I should have cleared the threat when I had the chance, because then at least I would have. Okay. God. Rogue's going to go 1, 2, and then she's going to punch because she's going. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Interesting. So she's using 2 movement. So she went from here 1, 2 to do a punch. And then she's doing that punch here. So that's all the punches I can do except over here. Now, she's ending here so I can draw a card. So at least now my hand's a bit higher now. Gives me a bit more options. Okay, interesting. So Gambit's just got, not super helpful at the moment, but he's got Master Thief, which is an interesting card, I guess, if you're playing like in the team mode and that sort of thing. But it says here, gain 1 wild token, so he's going to get a wild token, and then take 1 action token of your choice from each other hero. So you can actually steal other heroes' tokens, which doesn't sound great if you're stealing from your own teammate and you're all just playing cooperative. But I guess it gives you, you know, if your team's been building up across different heroes, it gives you a big dump that you can sort of like get Gambit to like use them all in one turn rather than having to wait for everyone to coordinate their attacks. The other thing too is you can steal them off, I guess, the opposite team if you're playing gold and blue team or whatever that mode is. So I've got the 3 cards. Okay, I've got a movement. Interestingly, no heroics, which is what I need to sort of just finish this off. But I do have. I am going to gain a token if I use that. So there's no one to punch. So I may as well move with Gambit here. You can do 2 movement. So I'm going to move Gambit 1, 2 movement, and I can get a wild token. Where's the wilds? So I'll take a wild token, and I want to try and use it if I can. So I'm going to come over here and, oopsie, rescue that civilian there. So I'm going to spend that wild. So I've moved twice. Now I've ended my turn here, so I'm going to draw another card into my hand. Oh, I should have. Oh yeah, drew another one, and then I'm going to draw one at the beginning of my turn. So punch, all these punches. Here we go. So Psylocke's over there, but she's got movement. Just need to rescue one more guy, but that's going to put them under threat. But, you know, I've got to do something. Well, let's do it. Psylocke is going to move. She's going to move this way or this way? How many? Whoa. She's not going to do anything. And in fact, I'm cheating. She goes there. What did I just draw? I just drew Psylocke's card. That's 1, 2, 3 cards. So now it's actually the bad guy, so my bad. Okay. Toad. He's going to jump twice, so he's going to go 1, 2. He's going to try and flick his tongue out and not hit anyone. Technically, Pyro moves first, so Pyro's going to go, where is he? 1, 2. He's going to put Crisis tokens. He's going to fill these places up. Ooh, look at all this craziness. All right. Then add 1 civilian in every location with no villain. Okay, so hold on a second. And starting from their location and going clockwise, I think the rule is. So we look here. No, we can't do it. Uh-oh. This could be, we might just get time the clock out on us here. I think we've just taken too many. I was hoping to be able to damage them from this round, and we've already wasted another whole one, and I don't see myself being able to coordinate both of these in this next round, but we'll see how we go. There's a villain there, put another one here, so there's plenty of civilians to rescue, but not enough thugs to take out. Can't place one. No, but there's a bad guy there anyway. Okay. So there was at least one spot where we couldn't put one, so that's why we had to race the deck there. We've only got a few turns. All right, and that technically should have gone there. Okay, Spreading Terror. All right, now we've got Psylocke. Is it for every? Yeah, with 1 or more crisis turn. So I'll take a damage if I move with Psylocke there and do that, but I've got 1 movement. Gotta do something, right? I got two movement. How do I get across to there? Okay. Rogue. Move and punch. to punch except over here. Oh, you know what I could do? Hold on, I could use the jet. So let's think about this. I know, but the punching isn't going to help. There's only one punch, so then I'd just be stuck. Okay. So Psylocke is going to move. She's going to move here, take a hit. Maybe Rogue. Lose Rogue's card. So she's going to move. She's going to use a heroic to place one down here. Then she's going to place that under there. She takes a hit at the end of her turn. Then I draw another card. This is what we need. All right, so 2. Oh. If only. Because they're going to get another turn now. Can I stall? What can I do? Can I do something? She can star Gambit stars. Either way, if he stars, that ends. So yeah, they're gonna have to do it. All right, so Psylocke's gonna move. So, oh sorry, she's gonna use two heroics to stop this. Maybe this will give me something good I can do. Where do we put those? We'll put them over here. So that clears that threat, which now means these crisis tokens, we can get rid of them a bit faster. But before we use the crisis tokens, I'm going to use her to jump out of the way. So I might move her over here so she can deal with Toad or something, I guess. Now, oh, hold on, what was the... you may discard 2 cards from your hand at the bottom of the deck to delay the next villain turn. But if I do that, I'm dead. That might be worth it. Is it worth getting KO'd? This is gamey. Let me think about this. All right, so anyway, so I've done my 2 stars. We've done that. We've cleared this threat. So what would happen now is... Okay. The villains are now going to be under pressure, so which means I've done 2 cards, which means the villains are going to go next. Which is not great. So I'm probably about to get bammed anyway, right? But these 2 are really good punching cards. I need these for taking these guys out. But I'm probably going to lose them anyway. To the bottom of the deck, to delay the next villain turn card by 1. To delay the villain card by 1, which would allow me to do what? I'd draw a hand of 6. So give me a lot more options to at least take one of them out. So what I'm thinking I can do, discard 2 down to the bottom of the deck to delay the next villain card by 2. Which would KO me. They would all, but if I get bammed, when a hero is KO'd, the villains don't activate their bam, instead draw a master plan card and add it face down to the storyline. But I feel like I'm going to get KO'd this turn anyway, because I'd have to be very lucky for them not to land on me and do something. You know what? I'm going to just not play that because I just feel like that's just being a bit too gamey. So let's jump over here, deal with Toad maybe, see how we go. We've just got to rescue 1 more civilian with a star somehow, hopefully. We'll see how we go. But the villains are going to go next because I've put them under pressure. All right. Oh, they all go. Okay, so Toad moves first. Then Blob moves 1, 2. Then Pyro goes 1, 2, 3. Interesting. So first of all, Toad, what does he do? Does he bring everyone? He moves 1 hero from an adjacent spot. Oh, interesting. Why don't we move... I don't like that these solid grounds are here too for Blob. Oh man. Alright, why don't we move Rogue in, because we want to have these guys ready to be able to deal with Blob. I've got to sort of move them in to deal with him. So Rogue's going to get in. I'm going to get knocked out with one of these guys. May as well go Gambit since Psylocke's closer to be able to deal with Blob there maybe. Then Blob isn't going to punch it. So yeah, Toad brings one in, does a damage. Blob doesn't hurt anyone. And Pyro just puts some of these down. Right. Was there anything else? No, that was it. Okay, and that just goes here. Now they're going to go every 2 turns. Okay. Interesting. So I've got 2 cards now, and they're both Psylocke. So I can move and start. Oh, shivers. I'm going to take damage here for landing there, aren't I? I've got to do some damage to him. Let's do it. Or could I move in and take out one of these guys? No, I've got to take out Blob before he does. Alright, so I'm going to move. I'm going to do 2 punches to Blob. So I believe since Blob is not standing on solid ground, I can do just this straight up 2 damage to him. Okay. What did I had a spot for these here, there we go. Then I am going to get KO'd though. So I'm going to lose this card, which KOs me. Oh gosh, this is not good. Uh-oh, I think I've lost. Because I've only got 1 card left and I don't think I can take them all out before this happens. Oh no. Okay, well, we'll see what we can do. Blob. So I get KO'd. There we go. When I get KO'd, they pop me there. Could I have done this a different way? I just don't think, even if I'd taken one of these guys out, yeah, I just don't think that was gonna happen. Okay. Technically with this rescue heroic action here, I guess I could have put one more heroic action on here before jumping out. Oh no, hold on a second. Whoa. Cheating. I haven't even cleared the civilian thing. So what I would have had to do was use the civilian power to rescue this civilian, which then makes me eligible to even be able to do any damage to Blob. So the same thing happens, jump in, these guys all get KO'd, then that drives the track up. I pop this up here, these guys come back up, I get to draw another hand of 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've already played 1 card, so technically I only get 1 more action before they're going to get to go again. So really, I've only got 1 turn. And to take out 3 guys in 1 turn, that's not going to happen. So I may as well try and take out... Oh, I don't even have anyone to take Blob out. No. I can't do it. I can't do it. Okay, it's going to have to be Rogue taking out one of these other guys. Because Gambit, he's got some... I'll show you their card. Anyone get interesting cards here? All right, so Master Thief, you've seen that one before. These ones sort of combo with each other, I guess. So Master Thief, he gains at least 1 token, potentially more. Then he's got this other one, Molecular Acceleration. So he can discard a token to gain 3 punch in an adjacent location, and you can move as well. Unfortunately, that's pretty useless against Blob because Blob can't be hurt unless you're in his location. Oh. just noticed I could have, instead of getting KO'd by this, I could have KO'd myself using this ability. Still would have put this here, but it pushes the villain turn by 1 card. So let's say I did that. I would have had to lose all my cards. Oh no, I would have had to discard 2 cards from your hand, and at the time I only had 1 card, so no, I couldn't do that. Okay, anyway, so let's see what I can do. The only person in a position to actually hurt anyone here, I did have some, no, I didn't have movements, I only had 2 punches there. So, yeah, the only thing I can do is get Rogue here, who's in a position to hurt someone. As far as I can see, maybe you guys can see, I think really I lost it back here. I was spending too many, I don't know, I suppose what I should have done, I was spending a lot of heroics to try and clear both the threats, which you have to clear, especially Toad's ones. So that makes it sort of like, that sort of locks you into, if you've got to clear both of those, you may as well be going for the clear threats one. And then it just happened that there were not any thugs to take out, so I was focusing on my second mission, was the rescuing civilian, and that's just like draining. That just took so long, all my heroics and stuff, and then I just got a drought of heroic ones. So now, end game, I'm probably going to have a whole bunch of, I would have had a whole bunch of probably the heroic ones at the end too, or something like that. So anyway, I'll play two things here. So what we'll do is, we will use 2 punches to take out, I think Toad's the annoying one here. We'll get rid of Toad. So 1, 2, plus a third one is 3. So that removes 1, 2, 3 from Toad. So KO's Toad, gets rid of him. Now, then I will, use the last one. I guess it's a moot point, isn't it? Except I guess I'll use it to, can I move to get out of the way? No, I want to sort of be around this guy, but he's probably going to move. I have more than 3, I don't need to stand there, so I may as well remove that flame token, so it's not going to hurt me. I'm just wondering, is the rule, do I get KO'd or does the game end as soon as they play their last card, or if they have to play a card and they don't have one to draw? Because that might give me a little bit more time to do something here. Let's have a look. End game conditions. Winning and losing. The villain must draw a master plan card, but their deck is empty. Ah, interesting. Okay. Interesting. So it's not necessarily over just yet. So that matters. So that decision about what do I do, I think I'll stay with what I just did there. Or do I want to? Well, I don't want to end somewhere where there's a threat token because I'm just losing cards. So Gambit, what's he got? He's got movement. It's all going to be Gambit. I guess I can use the movement to try and get him one to blob or something. Okay. All right, well, they're going to play, I've played 2 cards. They're going to play their card. So just Toad and Pyro. Well, Toad's gone, so it's just Pyro. He's going to move 3. 1, 2, 3. He's going to put flame tokens down if he can. Crisis token here, no he can't, and here, no he can't, okay. Each of the 3 villains adds a, oh no. I think this is where I lose. They have to draw a card. They can't, yeah, so what's going to happen here is, it's still over. Brotherhood in action, that last action there. Each of the 3 villains adds 1 henchman in their location. So even though, or thug I should say, even though Pyro can put 1 here, Toad's is full up. which means that, well, blobs is full up, so that just means that that overflows, so I would have to draw a card from the deck and put it face down. We don't have a card from their deck, so I lose. Oh, so close. What would I have been able to do? If that hadn't happened, would I have been able to take them out? 2 actions. I think I might have been, actually, which is a real shame. Look at this. Yeah, because I would have been able to rogue. Would have been able to maybe play this, for example. Oh no, it's not rogues all the way over here. I need Psylocke. Oh no. Would rogue have been able to do it? Didn't have any action tokens. Could I have used this? Maybe Gambit. Turn. Move. Yeah, maybe something like this, you know, get 1-2 movement and then another 2 for punching him, leaving him on 1 wound, and then having 1 more turn. Maybe some sort of, yeah, maybe something like this where I use, so maybe I could have gone move, punch, puts him on 1 health. Then maybe this card next, because it says go to the next one on the outer circle, so you keep going around. That would have given me 1 punch to take him out, gain a token, so I would have had 1 token. Move, use the movement to come here, and then the token plus the final punch from here to take out Blob. So that's how I could have done it. But unfortunately, we were just one card short. So anyway, well, I hope that was a close one, tough one. Man, they were very tough. It was a shame I probably didn't use Rogue's cards. Probably could have used them a little bit better, and maybe I held on to the Psionic Blast. The problem with the Psionic Blast is it was at a time where I wasn't using punches, and all it was giving me was punches. I didn't have enough movement to get around. I needed movement, and it's good for blocking them doing damage to me, because as you saw, a lot of the time they really ratcheted up their track there because I wasn't blocking them. But the problem is it's a gamble too. You don't know if you're going to block the right ones, because if I'd sort of picked the wrong character, then that's like a wasted card completely. So I was really hesitant to use Psylocke in this mission with these 3 bad guys. So yeah, interesting. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it still gave you a good insight into how the bad guys, these particular bad guys, and how these heroes worked. I feel like there was some good combo moments there. I just stalled, didn't I? It was going pretty well. We took out these pretty quick, you know, getting there, but then it just really sort of, the work's all jammed up here. I think I was starved for cards. I kept getting hit, just little bits, you know, just whittling away at my my card health there. And maybe that's something to be said for not worrying too much about getting under threat, under pressure or getting the villains under pressure. I maybe held off. Maybe I could have gone hard and got rid of these and got the location sorted earlier. I mean, we would have had the villains acting faster too. I don't know. I was worried that, especially with their ability to keep just discarding master plan cards, that if they were under pressure, that'd be even worse. So maybe that would have been a worse outcome anyway. But there you go. I hope that was good. You know, hope you could maybe see where you would have played differently and if that would have affected things. If I made any mistakes, please let us know, or you know, maybe leave a comment so others watching this video don't learn the wrong rules. Yeah, if you had a different strategy, if you would have tried something different, maybe let us know as well. Maybe you would have used a different character combination against these particular bad guys. I must admit, I never really study what the characters do, what the bad guys do before I put these together. I just think, you know, there were some cool characters that would go together, or I look through the comments and see what people are requesting. So yeah, I had I'm pretty sure at least 1 or 2 people were requesting some classic characters, so that's why I decided to go with the blue team. And not sure if anyone requested the Brotherhood, so but there you go. I feel like they're pretty classic as well, so hopefully some of you out there sort of thought this was a good choice of battle. So yeah, it wasn't meant to be, but yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that one again as well. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. And yeah, I'm not sure what the next video will bring, or when it will be, but I hope to do at least a couple more of these since the games still aren't sort of arriving to a few regions around the world. This is I feel like this is a service I can provide, you know, just give you some gameplay, give you some sort of spoilers if you wanted to see what some of the characters look like and how they play. So yeah, I don't know what I'll do next. Maybe Fantastic Four, we might give that a whirl, or maybe throw in the Deadpool challenge or something like that with some of the crazy characters. There's always like the gold team. We could try out some of the other classic heroes, or some of those maybe the new Mutants or something like that as well. So lots of cool characters. I really do like that Iceman model. I'd like to sort of try him out, but yeah, I've just listed about 10 different options, so I'll have to have a think about what I want to do next. So again, if you've got any requests or anything, you can leave them in the comments, and I can't promise that that'll be what I do next, but I'll definitely consider it. Maybe I can chuck something in the mix, and yeah, until next time, happy gaming. Maple Monkey out. See ya.